Kristen Geyer was a unique combination of killer instinct on the field, but a fun-loving, joyful teammate off the field.
Geyer is known as one of the best women's soccer players to come through Regis University. Head coach J.B. Belzer didn't have to go far to find her.
She was a standout player for Fort Collins High School. She was an extremely talented player through the Arsenal football club in Fort Collins. And her coach, Dave Schaefer at the time, club coach, said, hey, you need to come up, you need to look at Kristen, some of my other players.
And it didn't take long for coach to get hooked.
Kristen was the one that I obviously was just enamored with, and I watched her in high school as well and said, gotta have this kid come to Regis.
Kristen arrived on campus in 2001. From day one, she did everything necessary to become one of the top players in the league.
She trained with a purpose, and when it was time to train, she just had a passion for playing the game. Give her a ball, give her 2 goals, give her somebody to go against, and she was in her zone. And so that mentality brought her and her teammates along. It was just something that she refused to lose in training. She refused to lose in games. She took it personally, and that is the type of athlete that ultimately leads your team.
It didn't take long for her leadership to shine through. Geyer's freshman year, the Rangers won the RMAC regular season title, the tournament championship, and made it to the NCAA Midwest Regional Final, posting 18 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Her sophomore year, Kristen was voted the RMAC Player of the Year and was named a Division II First-Team All-American.
You know, it was an extremely brilliant year. Her biggest goal-scoring production, 18 goals I think it was on the season. It was the manner in which she led us. She did so many things, scoring in different methods, with her head, flick redirects, power shots from distance, both feet. And I think that is what ultimately allowed her to be the Conference Player of the Year, given the fact that we actually finished second that season. So it was enough that the rest of the coaches recognized her unique and special ability.
Kristen was a scorer, simple and plain. That goes without saying. But it was how she scored, in multiple facets, that made her the greatest.
She scored in every capacity. I think she took penalty kicks. She scored with her head. She probably is the best female player I've ever trained and coached that was able to score with her head. She loved to get up and win balls and score.
Geyer posted 53 career goals in her time at Regis, 17 of those game winners. But there was one that Coach Belzer remembers most fondly.
In Florida, Miami Shores, we played at the university, or Barry University. They were 3rd ranked in the country at the time, and it was my assistant coach's debut on the bench, and it was a nip and tuck game, and Kristen pulled out a game-winning, brilliant run and finish with about 12 seconds remaining in the second overtime to win the day 1-0, and ultimately that catapulted us onto the NCAA tournament later in the season. She was a goofball, but she's a very caring, compassionate individual. She cared about her teammates. She does still today, cares about the world around her. But she also takes life with a certain sense of levity. It is, and she leads her life that way and did as a player.
Belzer has coached many players in his days at Regis, but not one like Kristen Geyer.
Kristen, you set a standard for RMAC and Regis women's soccer for others to emulate forever. Your desire and your mentality to find creative solutions in the game defined your 4 years with us. One of the most passionate players I've ever coached. Love you dearly, Geyer.
Kristen Geyer, RMAC Hall of Fame, class of 2017.